This has been an amazing character arc for your boy. Alola everyone, Treyman1 here. We're back with another Pokemon Sun and Moon anime review, talking about episode 137, the second part to the Ash and Guzma fight. And I gotta say, this episode was really nice and emotional. But no wasting time, let's go ahead and get into the summary and my thoughts. And the first thing I want to tackle is the animation. I believe the animation was by Masaki Iwano. And I gotta say, I love Masaki Iwano's work so much, because in this episode it was just so clean watching Golisopod just move so swiftly throughout this episode. In the last part, Golisopod was told, you better not lose. And this is where we get to see a shift in Golisopod, where it's just going all out on Torracat, poisoning it, and constantly striking Torracat with many moves. But Torracat's also getting a lot of hits in too. We get to see some nicely animated explosions and stuff from Firefang and everything. It was just so nice throughout the episode. And Golisopod gets brutal in this fight, knocking Torracat around. And I'm just like, my gosh, like it was sad to see Torracat get taken down like this, because it did so well in the fight, being the Pokemon to activate emergency exit and to defeat Scizor. So I believe Torracat did amazing. And yes, it didn't get this win against Golisopod, but it still did pretty well. We get a lot of nice dialogue from Ash as well, where he's like, you did a great job, Torracat, comforting Torracat. We really get to see a contrast in Guzma and Ash, where Guzma was mad at Golisopod for what it did, while Ash is, comforting his Pokemon and also snapping back at Guzma a lot in this battle, saying the battle's not over, until the end and stuff. So it's pretty interesting seeing Ash snap back at Guzma so much in this episode. And at long last, our boy Pikachu finally gets his rematch fight against Golisopod, the fight that I've been waiting for and hoping for, and I'm glad that we got it. Also love the use of flashbacks in both this episode and the previous episode, where, this has been the big battle that we've been building up to of this league with Guzma and Ash. So it's been nice that we've been getting to see a lot of flashbacks. And we get some interesting information in this episode too, with Plumeria noticing, Guzma, the undefeated, mentioning the only reason he's undefeated is because him and Golisopod only take on opponents they know they can beat. But I gotta say, the fight between Golisopod and Pikachu was amazing. But there was just one scene that really got me. Golisopod knocks Pikachu with a throat chop, and we see Pikachu in straight pain, and I'm just like, no, I can't take this. Like, I don't think we've ever seen Pikachu take this much pain from a hit like this, and actually shrugging like this, you can see the pain that Pikachu is going. Even Lily and Togedemaru have to cover their eyes, and I'm just related to them so much in that scene, because Pikachu is my favorite Pokemon, and to see it like that really got to me. But Pikachu wasn't down just yet. Interestingly enough, Kukui and Hala state after watching that Guzma hasn't changed a bit. Basically, I'm guessing Guzma's always been like a brutal fighter like that, making Pokemon feel pain and stuff. Which even Guzma saying, you should give up. Ash is not going to give up, and Pikachu neither, which I really do love, that we get to see Ash in his full power and, just not stopping. We get to see the best of Ash here. Like, his personality, his never giving up self, and his fighting till the end battle style, which I really love. Which we can see is bringing fear to Guzma's eyes, because all of Guzma's other opponents, he's been making fun of during battle. But Ash isn't taking these offenses, but actually striking back, which is really cool. Also love that Ash actually used his last fight against Golisopod to come up with new strategies in this battle. For one, we get to see Electro Web, used in a cool new way, where it appears like an Electro Ball and then just breaks out into Electro Web. I thought that was a really cool way of using it. And Pikachu goes for Thunderbolt again, which Golisopod does end up resisting most of it. And even Guzman's like, oh, that won't work. But Ash's cocky self is like, I know that. So watch this. Using Iron Tail to trip up Golisopod so that Pikachu has a straight shot for Golisopod's chest, striking it with a full-powered Thunderbolt. And I was just like, yes, Ash, let's do this. Also during this scene, we got to hear the Pokemon's first opening, the 20th anniversary remake version of it, which is really nice. Like, this was an Ash fight. That's basically Ash's theme here. Like, I was like, yes, my boy Ash is going in all action. But Golisopod doesn't, give up. It's actually getting more and more enraged. And this is where Guzma starts to see Kukui and Ash, which I think this scene was really interesting. We get the whole story as to why Guzma was so raged at Kukui and Hala in that moment. And that's because Guzma could never beat Kukui in a fight. Like, we know that Guzma has a lot of second place trophies due to the last episode showing that off. But here we get to see Guzma could never win in a battle against Kukui. which this caused him, to go off saying, I'm tired of your island challenge and stuff. I'll get strong on my own and leave, basically. So that's the full story of Guzma. He was always in second place. Him and Ash are similar in many ways because Ash never wins the league. But the difference with Guzma and Ash is that Guzma gave up and, went and did his own thing. While Ash, even though he loses league after league after league, he never gives up. And I feel like this is the one that he will win. The flashback with Plumeria was a really nice scene as well. And I gotta say, all these flashbacks was like, so wait, everyone just gonna stop for flashbacks? Is the battle still going? Like, that's the one thing I was kind of confused about. I just imagine Ash and Goose were like, oh, time to watch this flashback. Okay, continue battle. But no, it was interesting seeing, Plumeria mentioning, like, you have all these folks, Team Skull, looking up to you, and you're scared that if you lose, they're gonna stop following you, which is deep, because Team Skull is basically Guzma's family, and this battle could decide if he keeps them or lose them. That's when Ash decides to go for the Electrium Z, which caught me off guard because I thought this battle would have been the return of the Pikachium Z, which also leaves me wondering, will we see the Pikachium Z in this league? Which I don't think so anymore. The next episode, the finals, will probably show the Lycanroc MZ, and I'm pretty sure the battle with Kukui will show the Fire MZ. So I'm not sure if we're going to see the Pikachu MZ again. We should, if there's like Big Team Rocket Arc at the end, which everyone is believing it's going to happen. But that's just interesting to me. I also was hoping that Meltan or Melmetal could use the Stellium Z, but it looks like we might not see that as well. But this scene right here is where things start to change, and I believe this was an amazing moment. Instead of running away like always, giving up like always, Golisopod actually takes the Z move because it doesn't want to lose. Guzma and Golisopod been through a lot, lost so many times, and have been running away from the fights that they can't win. But to see Golisopod straight up here, taking this Z move instead of emergency exiting and forfeiting the match was really amazing, especially because Guzma thought the battle was over at this point. And Golisopod actually withstands this Z move, which this is where Guzma has the moment of realization, and I believe this is where the character's, arc has hit its peak. We have many flashbacks from Guzma leaving Kukui to him defeating weak opponent, the moments with him and Kukui about destroying the league, the moments with him and Ash. We get to see all of that, in Guzma's head, because Guzma's realizing, whoa, wait, what was I doing all this time? And he actually quotes a line from the game. Guzma, what's wrong with you? Which, if y'all don't know, that's this line that Guzma says when he loses a fight in the game. So it was pretty funny and cool to see that he actually restated that in the anime, which I did not expect in the slightest. But this is the big moment where Guzma actually realizes, what's the point of fighting if you're not going to go all out? Like, this is where Guzma has this realization that he sees in Ash, you have to fight until the end. There's no point of giving up. Guzma realizes all this giving up he's been doing, it's just been making him look weak and stuff. So the fact that Guzma has this realization and actually decides to go all out with Golisopod until the end is really nice. Even with Notebook of Heart, the third in the Sun and Moon playing, which caught me off guard. But the song fits so perfectly with this battle, in my opinion. Like, just witnessing Ash and Guzma go all out with this song playing in the background, especially with the lyrics. Like, the lyrics of the song really made it impactful. And once again, the animation just goes all out and all crazy, which I just love so much about this battle. Like, it was pretty nice. And I'm glad that we finally got to see Guzma battle all out for once. Like, not going all too brutal, but actually using strategies and stuff to try and overcome Pikachu. Which, after a long tussle and struggle, the two finally used one last Iron Tail and Liquidation. And this scene actually had me nervous because I was like, oh my goodness, what if Guzma actually wins this? Because the way the music was pumping up, Guzma was going all out, and Ash going all out as well, especially since this battle felt like it was from Guzma's perspective. Normally when we watch league battles, this is from the perspective of Ash, but this felt like Ash was the rival that Guzma was trying to beat, and this is from Guzma's perspective, which I really did love this battle so much, especially the final scene of Pikachu and Golisopod having that little stand down at the end. But Golisopod faints, and this is where I really got surprised. I was extremely happy for Ash and Pikachu winning, and we got to see Ash catch Pikachu, similarly to how in Best Wishes he caught Pikachu after the Skylar battle, which was a really nice nod. But the scene that really surprised me is when Guzma walked up to Golisopod. We actually get to see that Guzma was crying, which shows Guzma really put his all into this battle, which I'm glad that, he started crying because, it really shows this was the first time he really felt the battle in a while. Like, this is where he was fully feeling it. Him and his partner were in full sync. And I just think that was a nice character growth for Guzma. And it's also, like, it's nice, too, because Guzma doesn't go and be like, oh, Ash, that was a great battle. Yeah, let's be friends, or we'll win again next time. And then it's nothing generic, but Guzma just walks off. Doesn't say anything. Even Hala's the first to stand and clap for Guzma, which is like such a nice moment because it was a mentor-student thing. And basically, Hala finally sees that Guzma understands what it means to, battle and stuff. Like, Guzma's finally learned the lesson that Hala was probably trying to teach him for many years. And Kukui even gives Guzma a nice little moment saying, I'll be waiting for you next league, Guzma. Even though Guzma doesn't say anything to Kukui because he's probably both disappointed, angry still, and, just embarrassed because he lost, I guess. To the point where he tells Team Skull, this is the end of the undefeated Mr. Guzma, and you all can go and do whatever you want now. But the team is actually sticking with Guzma and actually wants to follow Guzma still to this day, wanting to battle like how he just battled. They want to battle seriously now. They want to try and strive for greatness just like Guzma did in this fight, which is where Plumeria says this is the time for Team Skull to take a step forward. Which I gotta say, I love this moment because this was a great character arc from Guzma. From basically being that one character wanting to destroy the league, not caring about anybody, running from battles with emergency exit and stuff, to basically, growing into this potential really great trainer, which I would like to see more of Guzma now that he's actually, going to keep going and possibly see him get a Z-ring. But who knows what's going to happen after that with Guzma's character. We'd only have about 3 or 2 more months with Sun and Moon, so hopefully we'll see him again before the series is up. Maybe to even help out in this final showdown, which everyone believes is going to happen. But yeah, Notebook of Heart plays as Guzma and Team Skull exit the league, with a new turn of leaf, basically, and which I really love. We have one last moment where Ash and his friends are basically about to get ready for the finals, where all of Ash's friends are happy for him, cheering him on, and can't wait for him to fight and win the Alola League, which I hope he does. And Lily even states that she'll cheer for both Ash and Gladion in this battle, which is nice. And even Gladion sitting by the ocean happy that he's actually going to be able to battle Ash. Like, you can see him smile once Ash beat Guzma and he left the league because he didn't have to sit there and watch anymore. He knew he was going to battle his opponent. This is Gladion's goal, was to battle Ash, Gladion, and Kiawe. But sadly, Kiawe won't be able to do that because Gladion is the stronger rival. But still, it's going to make for an amazing finals battle between Ash and Gladion, which I believe is going to be a 4v4 from what things have been showing us. But yeah, once again, I got to say Guzma's arc has been amazing. And it's been a great, lead turn of events for this character where we got to see his whole shift and progress throughout this league. I think it was pretty nice. It was a very emotional moment for Guzma. Many people actually said they cried in this scene, which I'm like, wow. But Notebook of Heart fits so perfectly. And I never thought that we would hear that song played during a battle. I thought we were going to hear that during the graduation. But to hear it now, it was like, wow, that was amazing. But yeah, the final scene of this episode is very interesting because all the Meltans are swimming up to the league. And as we've seen in the preview for the next week's episode, Melmetal is coming. Delia and Oak are coming. It's going to be hype because Ash's mom is actually coming to watch him in the league, which hasn't happened since Johto, which I'm like, whoa, this may be the one Ash wins. But Gladion has family here too cheering him on, so it's going to be a really tough battle, which I'm super excited for, and I don't know who's going to win. Of course, I'm on Team Ash all the way for the Alola League Finals. I think our boy will finally win his first Pokemon League, especially with this new Pokemon series coming out where it's going to be taking place in every region. I think Ash actually may just win this one, and, they're actually going to continue his journey to become a Pokemon master with him going back to every region doing whatever the heck they got planned. But we just have to wait and see. In the comment section down below, let me know what y'all thought of this episode. I really, truly enjoyed it, and I hope you all did as well. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you all enjoyed this review. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and let me know what you all thought of Guzma's character arc. I really, truly enjoyed it a lot. Thank you all for watching, and I hope y'all enjoyed. TreyMan1, peace out.